Viva Las Vegas! And that is the scene of the 22 22nd round of the championship here tonight in ALR Gold. Then, and to be honest, it's the latest stop on the tour of USA for Formula One, our third and final race in USA, and also this is also our first of three races in the desert. Then starting off in Las Vegas before going to Qatar, and then finishing off in Abu Dhabi in a few weeks' time. Then, so very good stuff indeed. Also, we're 5 subscribers away then for the magical 650, I believe, is the number that we're aiming for the season's end. So hopefully we can get 5 more subscribers in before we finish off the season. And let's go for the drivers and the constructor standards, shall we then? Whilst we are slightly early, which is good stuff indeed, then I'm proud of myself on that one. It is Sam Swift Ninja, of course, the world champion, and double world champion now. Sam Swift Ninja is our season 10 and season 11 of Formula One. Fantastic. We have got Menace, who is almost going to be confirmed second today in the championship. Will he be? Yes, he will. If he outscores a Malta by 15-ish or 16 points, that means that Menace will be confirmed second. And Malta then very close, also being confirmed third in the championship as well. Great season then for both Malta and Menace. And Brabant in fourth position, very good season for Brabant as well. Troy in fifth position, and Toy Coin has dropped down to sixth. With Keza not here tonight, very rare to not see Keza here. Seventh position, and Equals, good result last time out. I think got podium last time out, didn't they? Equals did eighth position. Indigo is broken into the top 10 in that position, and Cass just about hanging on into that top 10 position then. 11th position is Young Lights on 41 points, 10 points away from Cass. Markey on 34 points, 33 for Legends. Also having a good end of the season as well. And Legends has moved up into 13th now. Cam dropping down into 14th. And Koopas and Soup not here tonight, but 15th. Nolsey has been on a scoring form as well, and on 25 points now. And his leapfrog Chappers is now on 23. Delando on 22, and looking very ominous. Potentially getting relegated down into silver with Boxed Out, another driver that could be relegated to silver. I never would have thought I'd be saying those words. Unfortunately for Boxed Out, 90 finish and a Mr. Raging Bull then. It's now mathematically it's still not impossible for him to escape the drop zone, but unfortunately for Mr. Raging Bull, it is looking quite difficult indeed. Then I'm not sure if he's even raced for the past couple of weeks either. Then for Mr. Raging Bull, sadly, so not ideal. Then into the constructors championship, and it is Williams leads the way, and Williams could potentially win the constructors tonight. Then, but they have to have an almighty swing of basically first and I think it's like a first and third at the very minimum then in Aston Martin, not to score them, but Aston Martin have only got one driver eligible for points tonight, and that is Young Lights. So Aston Martin then is starting to fall by the wayside in the final stage of this Grand Prix season. Ferrari in third position then. Ferrari are almost certainly going to be guaranteed, almost certainly cannot get second or first now, unfortunately. But Mercedes will certainly be licking their lips at as they were in the form team, weren't they, up until the last couple of races or so. So Mercedes are in a strong fourth at the moment now. We have got Haas currently in fifth position and 33 points away from the Mercedes, 23 points in front of the RB team who are sixth. Alpine, another team that's in really good form, and 18 points away from the RB. Can they jump up to sixth? The Kick Sauber team 104 points, 42 points away from the Alpine team, 51 points in front of the McLaren Mercedes. Red Bull then hoping to be able to leapfrog the McLaren team then to get themselves off the bottom then. So that's going to be a good almighty fight not to get that wooden spoon then in the constructors standings then. And then finally, last but not least, in the constructors championship, it looks like this. The joint constructors, it looks like this. Ferrari lead the way on 71 points, and the closest constructors battle we've had in history, and ALR, fantastic. But Ferrari lead the way, then they extend their lead after results went well in bronze for them. Alpine is second, 71 points back, but Alpine you normally reel in the Ferrari team over gold and silver as the past couple of weeks has shown anyway in terms of what's been occurring. Mercedes are in third position and 19 points away from Alpine. It's got an almighty scrap for second, third and fourth, but with Aston Martin completing that trio for runner-up at the moment, 8 points adrift at the moment for the Aston Martin team. Aston Martin have only one driver to score tonight, then that's going to be difficult to keep themselves up in that battle for second in the constructors. Then we got Williams in fifth position, 109 points. Drift then for the Aston Martin in the top four, but they are 80 points in front of the RB team in sixth position, and the Haas team 136 points away from the RB team, followed by Red Bull 173 points away as well. But then we got a good scrap between the Red Bull and the Kick Sauber. 10 points separates those two teams, and the Joy Constructors. That's looking good. And the McLaren team on 146 points, they've done a really good job actually. McLaren have both gold, silver, and bronze. Really good stuff indeed. Then for all six of those drivers, really turned around their horrific season. Then from the team from Woking, then as we are finally getting ready then for the start of the race as well. And I gotta say, that is very good timing by me. So I am very much chuffed with how that one is played out. Lovely stuff indeed there. Good stuff. Right here then, yeah, so Las Vegas. I think this is only the second time ALR has visited the Las Vegas Strip. Last time out was actually 2 seasons ago, back in season 9. Pole position was actually by a Mortar on a 31.317, and let's see how that one goes then. And of course, Troy is the only man to have won this Grand Prix. So can Troy get 2 wins here in 2 seasons? And of course, so for Las Vegas, and very much looking forward to this one. In terms of individual achievements and all that kind of stuff, all that kind of jazz here tonight, then I don't think anyone is really hitting any milestones. And of course, Boxstar made his 80th Grand Prix start a week ago, and also Toy Koi making his 40th Grand Prix start as well. Good, congratulations to both of those two. Fantastic stuff indeed. Then right on with the show. Then, of course, as you can tell, they are very keen. They're very eager beavers to get out of the pit stops, get out of the pit lanes. Then, as you can tell, this circuit then, well, we've only got 18 drivers in here at the moment, so we've got a couple of reserves in as well. No full debutants here tonight, so we've got MHD making his third appearance in gold. Good, some indeed. MHD has applied mainly his trade back in the MHD applied his trade mainly in silver for MHD, but of course, remember, McLaren, as we mentioned then before, kind of wanted some decent points. So unfortunately, that's not going to happen if only one driver is eligible to score tonight. Got Torre making, I think, their third Grand Prix start in gold tonight. Good luck to them. And I think that German, also the former champion in the Aston Martin as well. But there's 3 teams that need points, and unfortunately, that's not going to be the case. There's a German out on circuit, and also out on circuit is Tori as well. Then. So first qualifying session, and of course we're only going to be losing 3 drivers here as flying past we now down the first of 2 DRS straights, and this is the first DRS straight end, which is not as long as that mammoth second DRS straight, which is down the Las Vegas Strip. Then as we come up to the sphere, which I was very disappointed to say that my face did not appear on the sphere then, but I must admit that is quite distracting, because there was a couple of times where I was looking at the sphere instead of looking at the track, which is not ideal, but there we go then. But of course, real F1 drivers probably don't even notice that. Let go gold then, no Qatar repeat, please. Knowles here saying, and what a race it was in Qatar. And actually, so the breaking news coming out of Qatar at the moment is, oh goodness me, I think that was German who was taking a bit of the bollard with him there, goodness gracious me. But the breaking news is from Qatar is that Esteban Ocon wants to test be in the Haas car as soon as possible for when he makes his jump from Alpine to Haas in 2025. Goodness me, 2025 used to feel like such a long time ago, didn't it? I'm sure there's a film set in 2025 which felt like ages away as well. But my word there. But yeah, Ocon will be driving the Haas in 2025. But however, of course, because he's doing that, and because Alpine have to release him early for that to happen, that means that what they have done is Alpine, as Ocon has raced his last race for the Alpine team, sadly, and it sounds like it's going to be Jack Doohan in the seat then for Abu Dhabi in the final race. And of course, also remember that Ocon is going to the team where Alpine is fighting for 6th in the Constructors' Championship, which is a few bob more in the pockets of whoever finishes 6th. And Tori into the wall there, and it wasn't even a glancing blow. That that was quite a heavy impact, and I'm sure that he's got damage on the end plate there. Tori has got damage on the end plate, unfortunately. I wonder if they're going to just scrap this lap to come into the pits there. But Tori, very much more than glad to blow that with the Armco, unfortunately. So we're going to stick with Gurman, the former champion, of course, season 6 world champion. Gurman was there. I can see that going on to the strip now. Only 17 turns around this course, isn't it? But only 25 laps wide. This is the second longest circuit on the Formula One calendar, one behind Spa, of course. So that's why we've got quite low lappage around here, with only 25, which is the second lowest number of laps in the ALR calendar this season. Of course, Spa has 22 laps, whilst here we have 25 laps there. Here comes Gurman then. Of course, car 6 is Gurman. I'm wondering if that's because he's a Nico Rosberg fan then. And into the final turn then, which I gotta say, this final turn is quite a tight corner, isn't there? Quite a tight left-hander. Gurman goes fast on the 31.212 then to set us on our journey. So good stuff indeed then. Sam Swift Ninja on board of Sam Swift Ninja. So last time ALR was here, Sam Swift Ninja was not in at the ALR paddock. Marquez has invalidated their time, and I don't think many other drivers actually in the paddock either, to be fair. So I'm being a bit harsh there to sound out Sam Swift Ninja, but it just shows of how incredible Sam Swift Ninja has been there. Of course, that was season 9, wasn't it? Where we first made our debut around here, ALR did, and but goodness gracious me, though, since then. But since then, it's Kaz has unfortunately validated the time. So going to go back to Sam Swift Ninja. Have a fun, Gold says Rocket Lee. We've also got Equal said, if we go then. Equal said, ooh, I think on the podium last time, didn't he? In a superb race in Brazil then. Of course, as we are into the final 3 races now in the championship there. The Constructors' Championship is still very much up for grabs then, but Williams once again have got the advantage, a driver advantage here with Aston Martin all the way up until the last race in Brazil. Did not have any reserve drivers whatsoever. However, sadly now that they have been hamstrung, and Williams potentially is on the verge of becoming 3-time Constructors' Champions, as that's a 30.8 for Sam Swift. Now I'm sure that's already quicker than last time we was around here's pole position time. I'll double check that in just a jiffy. Equals has gone at 3rd fast as everyone else currently in the pits moment. So we have got Sam Swift, Gurman, and Equals all set time so far, as the rest of the drivers have not turned a wheel in anger yet. And is that Alpha Tara in the background got no wing? No, it hasn't. So unfortunately, Equals has hit something quite hard there, and the front wing has been damaged and has got to come back in the pits. But luckily for Equals, must have hit it after he finished his lap. Then he's just scampering off the runoff area. There is Equals, unfortunately, but not ideal at all. Then as we got Troy out on circuit, as we mentioned last year, the last time we was around here, this was the last pole sitter here in Las Vegas, and you can see that's Theo then with the smiley crash helmet as well. Isn't that a pleasant? That's a pleasant sight, isn't it? On board with Cass now, then, who's also on an outlap. So we've got a lot of car. Look at that, then. We've got a bit of a cute crocodile here. As I said, it's the second longest circuit on the calendar, but goodness me, they're already tripping over each other. We do have 20 cars in the field now, as Menace are just getting past some of those slower cars. And so hopefully Tori could set a time without causing any issues. As you can see, we've got some lovely scenery, haven't we? From the left and right down the strip. Then, of course, a lot of world famous sights, haven't we? But I don't think the driver's going to be too leisurely around down this strip. Then, of course, there's going to be a lot of slipstream. There's going to be a lot of ERS deployment as well down that back straight. I cannot wait to see how that one transpires then. So, yeah, with the two late rivals, 2 of the late drivers coming in there, which is Jay Hings there, who has already made a gold appearance this season. I think I got a fact check myself on that one. And of course Lucas Percy, who was a former championship rival, not anymore unfortunately, but technically he still mathematically could win it, but yeah, because he's a reserve now, it was all it's all doom and gloom. Toya then coming down the start, sorry, not down the start finish straight, down the back straight then, and as Sam Swift Ninja hampered with his performance out on a 30.8. Then I was going to see what that compared to last time we was around here, and that's already beaten pole position time by almost 5/10 of a second. Then on his first lap there for Sam Swift. Then this is the man who was on pole position. No, it wasn't on pole position. It was actually a Immortal. This is the man who won the first and only Las Vegas race that ALR has raced around here so far. We have got 2 not making it, so we're only 4 away from the Qatar result. Laugh out loud, says Knowlesy then. But we have got 2 more drivers that have quickly jumped into the car. So hats off to them, drivers indeed. Young Lights, good luck everyone as well. Young Lights making their 15th appearance here tonight. So good stuff indeed then in gold, of course. And Young Lights and Percy did lead home a 1-2 for the Kick Sauber and 100% on Wednesday. So that could be a sign of things to come potentially in this one. And down the strip then, where is Troy going to break then? Goodness gracious me, you have to find a spot and then break, haven't you? And just coming into the final out of the chicane, coming up to the finish line as well. As I mentioned, this left-hander is flat out easy for a Formula 1 car, but any other racing car in the world would struggle to get around there flat out. Troy goes second fastest there, 0.2 of a second away from Sam Swift Ninja. Brabbitt is just on the first sector as well. Markey is just in the Las Vegas strip then, and of course do not take too much curb there, otherwise you'd be like me, and I think I flew into the side of Camera Racer on one of those races on Wednesday and 100% then. As Immortal going at second fast, and of course as I mentioned, Immortal is the only driver to be on pole position around here in ALR. Markey goes 6th fastest in the Kick Sauber. Brabbitt now coming down the strip then, when he course you see the DRS zone is only about halfway down there, of course, so don't get DRS right from the get-go. So that's where the Earth management is going to have to come into play. On board with Brabbitt now, and Brabbitt then coming up to the line then for the Alpine team. Team on a mission in the last couple of races also. Brabbitt only 8th fastest, so I don't think that's going to be comfortable by not any stretch of the imagination. Tori there having another bite of the cherry then. Tori, as we're just watching Chappers being wheeled back into the garage. As Tori then, as you can see, look at that then, into the world back in there, drifting out, and you take too much curve there as a Toy Coin there, who of course has got 4 pole positions and in 14 qualifying attempts so far this season for Toy Coin. Then of course this is round 22, of course, out of the final turn there, and Toy goes 11th fastest in the Haas car, and I think that was his 3rd attempt there for getting a lap on the board. As of course there is track limits around here, believe it or not. It is a street circuit, but you have to be very much on your wits still to make sure that you do not drift out of those track limits. And of course as well you've got to let's look at this, and there's a lot of traffic down here, but there's a lovely slipstream that MHD is getting from his teammate Delando. This is important tonight there for Delando, as Jay Hings there is exiting the chicane that MHD is coming into now. An important day for Delando. The last 3 races that he's got to try and get himself out of the relegation zone. Just coming up to the line then, and MHD goes to a very impressive 5th fastest, but I do feel that might be a lot to do with the slipstream then. On board with Knowlesy then, who has got no slipstream in front of him. However, his teammate is not too far up the road then. I wonder if Alpine missed a trick here by not potentially trying the slipstream potentially there. But nevertheless then, sadly that is too far gone then. Is Troy's happy with his performance there, and is putting his feet up in the garage there. Ginger H, can you tell Knowlesy that I am racing Wednesday? Knowlesy goes 12th fastest there, and you can see got a lot of drivers retiring from the session early on in this one. Let me reread that comment. Ginger H, can you tell that I am racing Wednesday? I cannot get into Discord again. We'll try again tomorrow. And good evening to you, Sirius Mushroom. Yes, indeed, then. Or Farf, I should say. As of course, yes, Farf. Hopefully Farf is here listening to the stream then, and Farf gives us the thumbs up. But yes, Sirius Mushroom does not want to get a license point, of course, as drivers have to check in then before the race goes ahead. Mainly because as Legend goes 12th fast, a good result last month for Legends, by the way, in the Red Bull, doing a fantastic job indeed. But unfortunately, Red Bull with only 1 driver again, not helping them in their quest for the fight with the McLaren team and to get off the the bottom of the Constructors' Championship. Delando going very wide there, and that's not going to help his time whatsoever for Delando. Of course, the former bronze champion. In terms of this grid, we do have a lot of former champions in this grid. Of course, we've got Lucas Percy, we've got German, we've got Delando for a bronze champion. Of course, German a double champion from silver and from gold. Then Troy, three-time champion from gold, silver, and F2. Of course, Toycoin runner-up in F2. Then Toycoin was back when we ran it a few seasons ago. Delando 15th there, but currently is not. Currently, I feel that it's not safe because he's very much on the danger zone at the moment. Now on to the Las Vegas Strip. Then, of course, there's this circuit very much resembles that Spider Pig, doesn't it? From the Simpsons, from the Simpsons movie a few years ago, doesn't it? And of course, it looks like an upside-down pig, doesn't it? But I must say, it probably looks more like me, to be honest, than an upside-down pig. As just watching, and Chopper said, look at that, they're very much at the rev limiter there. Then into that chicane, and that's a very pesky chicane because we had an almighty shunt with Farf Camaro, and sadly I got involved in as well as Six Muck in that shenanigans there. A last Wednesday across the line. There comes Chopper, 7 fastest in the Williams car. And that should be safe. Should a track evolution around here is going to be very much a vertical. Whoa, is Indigo off the circuit there? That's a slide there. And I think as I've been in contact with one of the Hasses, and I think the Tory and Indigo have, doesn't look like that they have, they've not looked too friendly like coming onto that back straight, onto the strip, I should say. So not ideal there for Indigo, not ideal for Tory either then. I think that Indigo, was he on a lap here? Looks like he is on a lap according to the graphic, but I think a lot of frustration there from Indigo. Then of course Indigo was on a very good run in Mexico, and last time he was in the United States as well in Austin, Texas, but this is of course a very different kettle of fish, as Tori just about to start his lap. Then in the drop zone moment is Delando, who's currently in the pits. We've got Jay Hings on a 32-1, a 32-7 there for Tori, 35-6 for Indigo, and Lucas Percy also out on circuit as well. Cars there also feeling the need to come out now. There is Cars, he's 6/10 of a second up then, and you can see that the Fry is very much at the edge of that limit. My goodness gracious me. It was Ginger's fault then. How dare you, Mushroom? To be fair, I didn't even get any damage from that somehow. But sadly, what I should have done was I should have pitted straight away into the VSC. His Kaz there has got 7 fastest there for the Ferrari. I did get damaged, so I figured the next lap or two because I decided to drive into the wall, which was not very bright of me. Sadly, Tories invalidated their time once again. Sadly, just watching Indigo there coming through the sphere section as well. 2 minutes in this qualifying session to go. Then this is a long lap around here. It's about 90 seconds. So of course you cannot be too. You have to be up in on it really in this one, don't you? Rock Lee, I hope you're feeling better, Mushroom. Mushroom, way better, thank you, mate. Don the Dons, former bronze Grand Prix winner. Good afternoon and good luck, George. Great to see Don the Dons back in the comment section as well. And also Camera Racer giving us 10 euros as well. Thank you very much, Camera. We love you. Hello, Racer, and good luck, Gold as well. So we've also got, I messed up my hot lap. I hope I don't get knocked out, says Lights then. As where is Lights at the moment? And as Lights is in 10th position there. 31-2. Well, it's faster than last time we was racing around here at pole position. So make of that what you will then. Of course, that's a lot of car evolution, isn't it, in those last 2 seasons. Out to the final turn there for Indigo. Goes 19th fastest for Indigo. But invalidated his time has Indigo, and I didn't notice that, but unfortunately for Indigo, he's got 1 minute. He can finish this lap, but he's got no deployment in that Mercedes, which means that Indigo could be hamstrung on getting a lap on the board here. Here comes Percy, that former champion as well. Tori then, who is coming up to the sphere now. Jay Hings just on the where are we? On the Las Vegas Strip then. We got a lot of outlaps as well. Equals on a lap, as is Marky, but I think we're going to stick with Jay Hings for the minute as he... No, I don't think he is, actually. I think it's Zach Wells. Liz Zach Wells, who's the furthest driver around then. What ALR drivers would you pick to take part in the Netflix Squid Games? Well, to be honest, you need a lot of everything, don't you, for the Squid Games? And as Kaz has retired from the session now, as Equals goes 8th fastest. You need you need brawn, you need quick wit. You need a lot of everything, then, don't you? So, unfortunately, brawn, quick wit, and all that kind of stuff very much rules me out of it. Jay Hings there, who is in 16th at the moment. Nolsey is in 15th position alone there. Nolsey has checkered flag has fallen. He can complete his lap if he so wishes, but not a good start there for Nolsey. What about his Indigo is unfortunately gone off in the end of the strip then. So just on board Dylander then. So checkered flag is fluttering. Out of qualifying is Indigo and Tory. Jay Hings and Nolsey are all both in the drop zone at the moment. We've got Legends out there as well as Brabbit as well. So as we come down the Las Vegas strip then now past Caesar's Palace, and we have a lovely shot of a Checo there. But Checo Perez, who unfortunately has now scored the same amount of points as Guan Yu Zhou in the last 4 races there, so that's an interesting start, isn't it? By the way, I'm so happy for Sauber to get some points. They did deserve a double points finish, didn't they? Both Bottas and Guan Yu Zhou, but great driving from Guan Yu Zhou, and absolutely deserving for driver of the day. That's that is one of the best things that we have seen about Qatar this year, as Dylander does not improve and is sadly out of qualifying. Legends has gone into 13th fastest. Legends has in the Red Bull. Is that going to be safe? I'm going to be honest. He's going to be certainly worried. I think not as worried as what Lights is going to be worried, and Brabbit as well. Brabbit has abandoned their time and come into the pits. And Nolsey then is very much he's run out of deployment here. Can Nolsey get through? No, Nolsey can't. He's out qualifying, and so is Jay Hings as well. Out of qualifying then is Indigo down in 20th position, and 19th is Tory, 18th is Hings, Delando down in 17th, and Nolsey in 16th position there. 2/10 of second between himself and Brabbit, who abandons their time. Lights goes through by the skin of his nose cone, and Legends also making it through in the dying emblems of this qualifying session there. I'm trying to think about who I put in the Squid Games. I certainly put Farf in there, just because I think it'd be quite funny. I certainly would put Smithy in there as well, because I also think it'd be quite funny. However, having said that, I'm sure that Smithy's got a degree, so perhaps actually Smithy would be pretty good to throw in there. We'll definitely put Serious Mushroom into the Squid Games. I think we should put. I think we should also put Ashton Army in the Squid Games as well, of course, for very much never give it up. So you need that attitude in the Squid Games, don't you? It's the new Squid Games series out then, is it? Or is that take Christmas time? I need to get my Netflix back, to be honest, don't I really? But I must admit that I might get Netflix back over Christmas and binge watch the couple of seasons of Drive to Survive, which I haven't watched since season 4, I think. 2021 was the last time I watched the Drive to Survive series. Toy Coin fastest by a 10.5. That's a really good stuff indeed. But out qualifying is Indigo, Tory, Jay Hings, Dillando, and Knowlesy. Those are the bottom 5 drivers that have knocked out of qualifying 1 as we roll on into qualifying 2 here. He invalidated over the line, pushing those limits, says Serious Mushroom. Winter has not started yet. Outside now, minus 35 degrees. That's crazy. Have a good race, all. Going to watch it later, said Don the Dons. Thank you very much for grace us with your presence, Don the Dons. Enjoy the rest of your day. Lights for you. Also, GG on Q1 lights and exactly 1 second between P1 and P18 there, so lights and Russian to go in it and win it all then. Thanks, James. So you want me shot, said Serious Russian. Do you get shot all of them, do you? I'm sure I watched the first series, actually. I must admit, I would be rubbish on all of it, to be honest, because I can't keep still in that first game where of course where you have to keep still and you have to like creep across before that doll like shoots you. Then I think I can't remember what the next challenge was. Then it was like a tug of war, wasn't it, or something like that. I don't think I'll be very good at that, to be honest, especially as I get cramp in my buttocks. To be fair, if I was doing anything with my back. What else is that? Oh, that Oh, well, that's a figure crossed the where you had to like guess which glass would break and which wouldn't. I'm gonna be honest with my luck. I'll probably be the worst one for that one because I must admit I always pick the wrong one on that one. Unfortunately, I've started watching the new Senna documentary. Says Rocket League. Oh, how is that? I'm wondering if I think that'd be quite interesting because Netflix does do quite a lot of decent documentaries. I must say. I can't remember the last documentary I watched on Netflix, to be honest with you, but I know that they do good ones anyway. As Equal said, not troubling the apex of, I think that was turn 13, I believe it was, potentially. Andretti 2026, well, technically, Serious Mushroom, it is not Andretti anymore. It is Cadillac, as Andretti doesn't seem to be mentioned at all. However, even now, as much as it does bother me that it was more of a personal thing than anything else, which is not you cannot really get personal in business, in my humble opinion. However, my opinion is very much like a chocolate fire guard, to be honest. Not very useful. Quelsen out of turn 16 and before starting his lap. But yes, it is Cadillac who will be joining F1 in 2026, will be fantastic indeed, which also means that ALR, if we are racing in 2 seasons' time, or 3 seasons' time, we'll be having 22 cars on the grid, which is fantastic. More the merrier, I say. I reckon that we should probably have a grid of 26 personally, but of course that is the most number of cars are allowed on a Formula 1 field. The last time that we had those kind of numbers on a Formula 1 grid was actually Monaco 95, then of course before SimTech sadly had to pull out of F1 after going bust then. Of course SimTech did have a horror show of first season, didn't they? Of course Roland Ratzenberger lost his life in Imola 94 on that fateful and horrific weekend of May 1994. And of course, unfortunately, the next race, and Andrea Montermini, is it Montermini or Montermini? I've always called him Montermini because I'm sure that's what Murray Walker called him on the old F1 game, when of course the old F1 game was based on the 95 season. Equals' back end was not very compliant there, and and if he wanted a bit of a slipstream effect off his teammate Toy Coin there, unfortunately Toy Coin was far too slow going down the strip, and Equals has already blasted past him, so not ideal there for Equals, and Equals must be on used tyres, because those tyres are not looking very shiny at all down the strip then. Right, going on used tyres, Equals saying thank you very much. Sean makes me plus 400 degrees and I get so hot and flustered when he speaks. Oh, goodness gracious me. That's never a good sign, is it? Usually people get hot and flustered when I'm around them as well, and that's not in a good way. Into the pits comes Equals. We're just looking to see where Immortal goes. Of course, 31.176, which quickly gets eclipsed. I say eclipsed in a matter of speaking, on a 31.0 then for Menace Mark said, and we just got the second Ferrari then, 7/10 of a second behind his teammate Casas, because he is in the top 10 of the championship moment. MHD looking very strong in this around this course, isn't he, in the McLaren Mercedes there. MHD has not scored any points and has not made it to the checkered flag in his gold career so far, so can MHD get that one nipped in the bud here tonight? Lights there on a 31.8 there, but we've got to be checking the other drivers, because German's gone to a 30.8 there, with Chappers on a 31 flat, 300 to a second in front of Menace. That's great times to deal with. Lucas Percy also jumping into 5th position here. Sam Swift Ninja, who is just on a lap at the moment, so we're keeping on what Sam Swift can do, as his legends out there as well, just keeping on Toy Coin. Sean makes me angry moaning about my setup. So, well, to be honest, Serious Mushroom, you need to give me a good setup then. To be fair, actually, I said to Mushroom on Wednesday, the Mushroom setup in the race was absolutely splendid. Unfortunately, I just kept finding trouble on Wednesday, or trouble kept finding me, to be honest. To be honest, driving into the wall is probably not a very good thing to do, really, around here on Wednesday either. But as you just got in Toy Coin, of course, pole position 4 times this season. Of course, Toy Coin has got the most pole position in an F2 season. I think that the number was about 11 by the end, but it's an incredible number for Toy Coin. And you also got to remember that was single shot qualifying as well. Across the line there comes Toy Coin, only 6 passes there, but I think that's on used tyres then, if someone can enlighten me. Here comes Sam Swift Ninja, the world champion, then double world champion now. I need to correct myself on that one. Interested to say the least that would spoil anything. Interested to say the least without spoiling anything. Says Rocket League, in terms of Sam Swift goes faster, as Rocket League was talking about the Senna documentary then. To be honest, a lot of drivers probably don't want to hear about it. However, unfortunately for me, it takes me usually 2 years to get around watching anything. Um, as it took me a very long time to get into Stranger Things, to be honest. I think that Stranger Things, I only discovered Stranger Things when just after the fourth season came out. I wish I discovered it later on because I've been waiting for that fifth season for forever and a day now. Here comes Brabbit going fifth fastest in the Alpine machine. Good stuff indeed there for Brabbit. Legends, I should say, just around the sphere part of the section there. A very technical point and squirt part of the circuit, that one is there. Of course, so that is where the thermal deg there really starts to rise up. Then you got to keep those temperatures under control around here. And we're just on board with Legends now and coming onto the final left-hander onto the strip, and down we go there. I picked myself Real Ashton so I could run and die first and die hilariously. In terms of the Squid Games there, of course, there's if it's anything like that doll thing, and goodness me, twice that's enough to frighten me. To be fair, if that doll was to look to me, I'll probably jump and end up getting shot. Just watching Legends, goodness me, the stream has gone into chaos, hasn't there? It's just watching Legends, and of course, Legends on a really good run of form at Legends, I must say. Very impressed indeed there now. Out of deployment there for Legends, but across the line into 11th fastest there. Lovely jubbly indeed then, Ed Quells onto the, just at the end of the first of the two DRS straights there. Where am I? Cadillac is not an eye disease. That's cataracts. Set up. Scrap says that Equal said, "I don't feel good at this track." Then go on, Chapper said, "I'll be back in Qatar." I don't watch TV at all. I must be weird," says Serious Measure. I don't watch TV much either, to be honest, because because I'm usually on TikTok or YouTube, to be honest. Just watching Equals and onto the back straight. Of course, Indigo not happy about this track either. I must say, I never felt confident at any stretch of the imagination on Wednesday's 100% race down here. But I'm going to be honest there, as Indigo does have light at the end of the tunnel with Qatar in a week's time. I certainly... I love the track, but I'm absolutely appalling around there. I'll be lucky to get one time lapping without invalidating and at a reasonable pace then. So Qatar is going to be quite painful for us, and sadly, in the constructors fighting 100%, we'll think we're 20 points behind fifth place. That was McLaren, or fourth place is McLaren. So Serious Motor's got to do a lot of work then to get McLaren back up into fourth position. As McLaren was in fourth, I think, for a time period before Serious Motor decided to go and take a holiday, and of course since that holiday McLaren have dropped down the order, which is shameful stuff indeed. God Chapper says that Charlie looking then. That's what all I watch is at YouTube. Yeah, I only watch YouTube as well, and at TikTok, of course. I mean, I love TikTok. Whereas Troy was drifting out there. I thought he was going to go into the wall there. But of course, the former champion there, very much cool and calm and precise as always, is Troy. One of the legends of ALR, and of course, one of the legends there, of course, was if ALR did open up a Hall of Fame wing, I think that Troy would very much, well, goodness me, we won't put a Hall of Fame about that clip though. But of course, Troy had a three-time champion with Formula 2, silver and gold then for Troy. Fantastic. A lot of accolades has Troy accumulated over the years. And Cars in 12th position, 1.5 minutes ago in this qualifying session. We are not expecting any rain now for the remainder of the season because we are in deserts for all three of the last races there. Having said that, we did have raining in Abu Dhabi 1 year in silver, and I don't believe that Farf was actually as a mortal's gone faster still on a 30.5 bend. Very good time indeed, and same with MHD, who has also gone into fourth fastest. Good, there's a lot of good times starting to come out of the woodwork here with 5 minutes in this qualifying session still to go. On board the Ferrari of Kazan, his teammate Menace Max is back out on circuit there. Menace is not looking at the sharp end of the field here tonight in the manner second in the championship. Kaz goes fifth fastest, and is that going to be enough then for Kazan to make it through then? Lights goes only 8 fastest there. I do not feel that's going to be comfortable at all for Lights, and Lights might be out qualifying here in the Aston Martin. However, I stress that that is not a fact yet. So in the drop zone at the moment, we've got Marquis, Legends, Equals, Toy Coin, and Lucas Percy all out of qualifying at the moment, and their times are quite wide apart, to be honest, aren't they? Because I think the Young Lights mentioned that first down to 18th was separated by a second. Once again, the grid is so redonkulously close here in the top tier of ALR Formula 1. Fantastic to see. I'll get them points, Sean. You better, Mushroom. What do I pay you for? Well, technically, I don't pay Mushroom then, but of course, I'll love it. McLaren got full for the constructors, and I would say that I have. What would I say? In terms of, I've got a tenth of McLaren's points this season. I think I got 17 compared to Mushroom's 91 odd points. Then, so every little helps, isn't there? As Asta used to say. Here's Menace Max out on board of Menace Max. Let's go on board now with 3.5 minutes to go. Then for the Ferrari drive. Then of course Grand Prix win, 5-time pole sitter, 11-time podium sitter as well for Menace. I must say that I probably could and should have scored more Grand Prix wins in the last season. I think the Menace is the only first-time Grand Prix winner in ALR Gold this season, as far as I'm aware. Anyway, of course, the wins have been shared out quite equally up until recently between Sam Swift Ninja and of course Percy. And they was just trading wins, weren't they? I think before Percy called it a day, I think the win ratio was like 9-8 or something like that. It was incredibly close between the top two and the rest of the championship. Then there's definitely like it's like a split tier in ALR Gold, is there, with of course Percy and Sam Swift Ninja there winning, and a country mile in front of like third place at Menace Max, and then there's a bit more of a gap then there's a bit more of a gap then to the rest of the field as well, which is very condensed at the moment then from third all the way down into 6th, 7th and 8th position. Very good 70. Yes, where Abu Dhabi would have been my second win if it wasn't for that pesky Swanee, says Serious Mushroom. Of course, Serious Mushroom, a wetware specialist, as well as of course his first Grand Prix win for Serious Mushroom was back in that incredible Japanese Grand Prix of season 2 of Silver, where Serious Mushroom ended the winning streak of Haas, which I think would have been up to 8 wins in a row for Haas at that point. Menace goes third fast. I said that should be safely through, and that is looking a much tidier lap. Marquis, I think, is the last driver to start that time run, or is it? We got an Aston Martin out there as well of Lights, and Lights is about 1800 a second up there as we're on board of Lights, and he's already done 2-3 laps on these soft compound tyres. And they're not at their absolute premium, are they? These tyres, and excuse me, I've had too much monster today. These tyres are not an absolute premium, are they, at the moment? Out of the final turn neck for Young Lights across the line, and it stays at 9 fastest and does not improve either for Young Lights. So Young Lights is now going to be hoping that the drivers behind him are not going to improve. But here comes Toy Coin currently down the drop zone. That's a driver who I'm surprised to be seen in the drop zone in the RB. Of course, Toy Coin now has one more run to go. This is his final lap, I believe, Ben, because he hasn't got enough time to charge his battery up, and he doesn't need to. He is second fastest. And I'm looking for a dark blue car of Percy across the line as well. And Percy goes fast out on a 30.5, and a good time indeed. Then Brabbit, I think Brabbitt's abandoning his time and going again then, and just about that Red Bull just about get out of the way. Troy across the line then, and Troy now going to start his final run as well, as is MHD, who's doing a great job today. MHD that's a brilliant performance so far in the McLaren Mercedes. Can he get some first points of his season then? Equals does jump into 10th position, but he's still very much in the danger zone, isn't he? As a 31.033 then, for only 200 of a second back, and he's already been out of that qualifying, because thanks to Marquis, who's now got himself into 8th position here. Carson, who will be is he going to make it? We've only got a couple of seconds to go then for the Ferrari. We're on board then with Cars, and I think the Cars is not going to make it, and he's back into the garage now. So Cars out. I think a lot of frustration for the Ferrari team and for Cars as well. And sadly, Cars has missed that checker flag crucially here, as Light sent across the line and has not improved, and is already out of qualifying, sadly. We got Legends out there at the moment. Is that Kick Sauber just getting out of the way? Brabbit then is 8 seconds off the pace. Brabbit's out of qualifying as well. So Alpine's recent run of form is sadly grounded to a halt here. Who am I looking for? I think I'm looking for Chappers. Here is Chappers, and 3 tenths of a second up. And at the moment, that is more than enough to get him through into qualifying three. Or Chappers has been in qualifying three more often than not. He's been a good qualifier this season. Chappers has across the line, and Chappers goes fifth fastest. So that's a great time for the Williams car. And of course, on the first set of Williams making history on equaling Renault's impressive. Troy's out of qualifying, goodness me. And Troy out of qualifying, along with Equals, Lights, and Brabham. And what about Legends? He's found 3/10 a second. He needs to fight. Oh, he's climbing over the curb out, and it's invalidated his time. Also, contact with the Armco. And Legends out of qualifying as well, sadly. But Troy out of qualifying, my goodness me. Equals out of qualifying, along with Legends, Brabham, and Lights. And so there's some big shocks in qualifying too there. And I've got to say, not on my bingo card. I thought the Lights and Brabham may have gone through there, and certainly Troy as well. But that is a horror show for the former champion, a horror show for the former Grand Prix winner, and for Brabham as well, a silver champion in of his own right, all out of qualifying here. Well, that is a bit of a shame now. When purple in the first sector hit the wall, I was pulling off some very strong times in practice qualifying. I don't know what's happened, like to say now. So, to be honest, it's kind of the standard. It's the standard way, isn't it, for these Pirelli tires? Well, the tires that sometimes they work, other times they don't. It's all about getting. It's all about building up the. It's all about building up the confidence in the tyres. But then even when you have built up confidence, then the tyres just completely go away. Then very odd, these Pirelli rubbers are Pirelli rubbers, isn't it? Bring back the Michelin. No, maybe not Michelin actually, especially after the fiasco of the 2005 United States Grand Prix. As a get in, Chapper says Serious Marshall. Chapper said once again, he's done so well in qualifying Chapper this season. I think that if we had Qualifier of the Year award, which remember that the awards for ALR will be out momentarily. I don't think tonight then, but they will be out in the next couple of nights or so, or next couple of weeks or so. But if we did have a Qualifier of the Year award, I do think the Chappers would certainly be one of the top three easily. Legends out qualifying along with Brabham, Lights, and Equals. And the top 10 of this one is Kaz, who made it through by the skin of his nose cone, albeit he did miss the checker flag. Markey, German, MHD, great result. With Menace, great result for Chappers as well. Sam Swift, Toycoin, Immortal, and Percy on fastest of the qualifying 2 session as we roll into qualifying 3. And now we are into qualifying 3 then. And yes, indeed then. So who's going on pole position then for the Las Vegas Grand Prix? Well, we've already broken the previous qualifying lap record around here by quite a margin already, lad. But we've got 2 Ferraris in here. We have got 2 Williams in here as well. That's the only full constructor we have in this qualifying 3 session now. Are we going to see a bit of slipstream then when it really comes to the crunch there? Well, find out then. Finally made qualifying 3, says Kaz. So Kaz very happy at that then. I must say that Kaz would probably be breathing a huge sigh of relief though, because he did miss the checkered flag by the looks of what we seen on the stream a few moments ago then. So Kaz has made it through. So happy 70 that really annoying light says Equals. And the thing is, we're not even that far off the top. It's just really close, says Equals. It certainly is, and especially in qualifying over the years in gold then. It's been so close indeed, hasn't it, as we're through the sphere section now. Marky's back in then, shaking from left to right there in the kick Sauber. Of course, they were technically on the Sauber before they become the Audi team in 2026. And of course, remember as well, they have, and of course also Audi have sold a stake. I've sold. I know that they're technically like stake kick Sauber in there, but they have sold a stake in the Sauber to the Qatari investment company to help them with some of the money going forward as well. However, there's been a lot of rumors about how the Audi engine is looking It's not looking very good at all, is it? The engine, which is a bit of a worry, isn't it? Really, because Audi have had a long time. I don't get me wrong. That me sitting on my little perch here, like think of the old on my old pedestal, thinking I know anything about engines. I know absolutely nothing about engines. Top 10 outside qualifying. That's exactly what I want to see in this qualifying free session now. Across the line to Marquis to start us up. Then, however, Audi have had so long to sort their engine out, and it's not looking too good at the moment, is it? Yeah, I know we have got a couple of years left, and haven't we, before Audi do come into F1, but not looking too good at all, is it? The Audi team is known. It's such a shame. Then, of course, he was meant to have Porsche come into F1 as well, but after they tried to have a 50-50 stake in the Red Bull team, that kind of fell to the wayside, didn't it? And then Porsche just was really interested more, were they? I think they did try and have talks with some other teams on the grid, but it just it didn't materialise, did it? Marky very lucky not to get a invalidation there, but of course that's not the best line to take through the sphere section of this circuit. Not ideal at all there for Marky. He would have lost a couple of tenths there by clambering over that curb, unfortunately for Marky. Shake that boonda, says Knowlesy. I better not shake mine because that will cause an earthquake or a tsunami. And I'm not even close to a river or a lake or a sea. Marquis, purple in the second sector, but of course all times have been wiped from the opening 2 qualifying sessions there. And it's very much a clean slate for times. And DRS, and you get a beep in your ear. I didn't even hear that beep from Marquis on Marquis' car because he was already on the DRS trigger before you even had chance for the beep to come in then. Brilliant indeed that Marquis then almost floats over the curve. So that final sector, that final chicane there was absolutely inch perfect there from Marquis. Now into the final few corners and final corner then flicking it through the left-hander across the line, pole position on a 31 flat, which I am expecting drivers to go a bit quicker. Gurman's not though, because Gurman's about at his time, and what makes it worse is has not got a lot of harvest in left bench, so that means that Gurman there is unfortunately going to miss his first run then. 31-2 for Menace there. So Menace there is, and that's problems there, because there's a wingless Red Bull, and it is Percy into the pit lane there. Toy Coin has gone 4 fastest. Sam Swift has gone third on a 31-2-2-3 there for the champion. What about Kazan? Kaz across the line, 5th fastest there on a 32 flat. Chappers then just counts, finishes lap down, and only 5-6 guys are going to finish their lap so far. Chappers goes 4th fastest, right behind his teammate there. Look at that, Chappers 100th of a second away from his championship winning teammate. Just shows how incredible Chappers is in 1 lap pace so far. Here comes Immortal, the only driver to be on pole position in Las Vegas in ALR, coming into the final and pole position there by a 30.3. That is a mega lap from Immortal. Going for his 7th pole position of the season. And MHD is on the front row of the grid as well. Well, Immortal has been so good in qualifying this season, hasn't he? Going for a 7th pole position for Immortal. And I think the Mercedes have been on pole position for the last 3 races, for the last 2 races in Mexico and Brazil. Then can they get 3 in a row then? Well, that's looking very impressive indeed then. German there is crawling, as I think that German there might be coming back into the pits. But at the moment, it's Immortal on pole position and for the Las Vegas Grand Prix. Mega stuff indeed then. Some turn the beef off, Sean then. Do they? To be honest, I must admit, I didn't know you could turn the beef off, to be fair. Bring the beef in, says Nosey. Luckily, unfortunately, ALR cannot turn the beef off because when you have fire from the facility, we need our profanity machine on the ready. Mortal currently on pole position. He was on pole position this time 2 seasons ago as well in Las Vegas. Currently 100% pole position record for Mortal. And at the moment, if qualifying finishes now, if we get a red flag or if it rains off, which is very highly unlikely, then Mercedes will bookend the front and the back of the grid then after Indigo had a bit of a horror show qualifying one, sadly, for Indigo. But as you just heard from Indigo, that Indigo is very much looking forward to Qatar in a week's time. And of course, we've only got 2 rounds to go after this one, which is Qatar, followed by the final race in Abu Dhabi. Have we ever raced in Qatar? I don't think we have we, in ALR? We have. I apologise profusely. We have raced twice in Qatar. Goodness me, there must be there must be some memorable Grand Prix. It's into the pits now comes MHD. MHD looking very strong here tonight, isn't he? And very much thrown his case forward to potentially being a gold driver. Of course, MHD has I think made like 11 appearances in silver this season, but I think tonight very much doing an absolutely supreme job in that McLaren team, the highest McLaren driver in this field as well, as he is wheeled back into the garage then. Come on, Sam, Daddy wants some more points, and says on Serious Russian. Goodness gracious me. As the track has calmed down a bit then. And not much is going on when I say it's calmed down, but then we've got Ferrari just trundling out of the pit lane now, and I think that it's at Kaz. It is Kaz and kind of the pit lane. So silence was beginning to fall here in Las Vegas, and then Kaz has disrupted the silence and is back out on circuit now. Qatar was Penn City last season, says Serious Russia. The pen is mightier than the sword. I can't remember that race at all. That's quite shocking. I can't remember any of the two races we raced in Qatar. Oh dear, oh dear. That is not a good sign, is it? I'm just getting old now, I know. So Kaz has got the whole circuit to himself here. So the track is going to ramp up and get quicker and quicker, but Kaz is only concerned about himself. And why should he be concerned about anyone else? That's exactly right. But however, Kaz only concerned about himself and what he can do. He is confident in his ability that he does not care about the track evolution or anything like that. Kaz just wants to get a time on the board then, as he's currently the slowest of the eight runners that have set a time so far with German and Percy, two former champions. German Season 6 champion, Percy Season 9 champion there. Two drivers that have not set times just yet then. Goodness me. Dear, oh dear, no gentlemen. Just watching Kaz coming down the strip and getting ready to get going as well. If Immortal does, I've got to be honest, is that game set and match for Immortal's pole position time? You can't count out anyone. I think that's about a second quicker than the last time we was around here. That's incredible, isn't it? Kaz cut across the line now to start his lap now. Immortal will be getting his 12th pole position of his career, his 7th pole position of his season. If he finishes where he qualifies now, Kaz's car is not very compliant now through the opening couple of corners here. And now accelerates away down, and on the back straight spot, there's his teammate in the background. When the Ferrari could Vortiger straight, a bit of a slipstream down this part of the circuit potentially, but however, that's not the case, is it there? Menace are a bit too far back, sadly, then for the Ferrari team. And Kaz is the only driver out on circuit that is setting time so far. Everyone is out on the circuit and looking at the inside, and that's too much curve there for Kaz. Marky did something similar, didn't he? Marky did, but still putting a very good time with 31 flat. And Kaz is furious with himself there, and it's going to be doing a lot of harvesting. Then whilst that's going on, we're going to stick with Toy Coin now. Then so Kaz does have a chance for one more attempt then. One more bite of the cherry than Kaz does, but he got to make sure he keeps within the limits of the course there. Toy Coin then, look at how much speed he took into that corner. And I'm going to be honest, the maximum speed I took through that corner was 10 miles an hour. So that just shows the gulf in class between the I'm not even good, am I? But that just shows the gulf in class between mere mortals like myself and these superhumans that is in the cars tonight. And here comes Toy Coin Energy. He's winding his way through these fast left and right-handers before a big braking point then onto the strip then, and that's a great turn in there. The back end was floating there, and Toy Coin absolutely controlled the car. He's got it under his spow, hasn't he? Fantastic indeed. Yes, Alex is certainly a bad influence there. So I completely agree with you. Shameful behaviour in the comments there. As we've also got Equals there with a time. The stopwatch is out there. Equals and is keeping an eye on these times there. And now here comes Toy Coin, and Kaz retired from the session. So Kaz must not have had enough fuel then, and that is going to be painful for Kaz, sadly. And now here comes Toy Coin over the grid hatch as well, and pole position there for Toy Coin. And I thought that it was done and dusted then. Immortals invalidated their times. They're going to go around again. Here comes MHD, who was on the front row, but it's been displaced then. Marking down the strip as well. Got Menace there just coming onto the strip. Then we've also got Chappers there. German. followed by Percy out on circuit end. But look at that, them two are very close together. That's not going to be ideal, is it? Marky then, big stop then, and not taking too much curb even there. Of course, I could upset the car, but it's not upsetting Marky at all. That's beautiful. Indeed, then beautiful there from Marky. And now coming up to the line now then for Marky. The line is quite on you quite quickly, and there's third pass is there for Marky. And he is on the clean side of the grid if it stays as it is, which I highly doubt it would be. 6:10 to second up is Menace Max. That is in the ballpark of a mid-30, and I think that could slot him into third position at this moment now for Menace. Can I get any hard? No, it's only third fastest. I'll say only third fastest. Marky up into the second row of the grid then in that Ferrari. I think he'll be happy with that. Percy, who as a German there, has abandoned his time and coming to the pits. I'm wondering if that was because he was too close to the back of Percy. Percy's on pole position there, and a 700 second quicker than Toy Coin. Champers goes into sixth fastest there. What can Immortal do then? So Immortal invalidated his first time run, but he's got a lot of deployment still left in that Mercedes, and his target time is about 900 of a second quicker than what he managed previously. But he's across the line. And his second fastest, but it's not enough for pole position. That is currently Lucas Percy on pole position. Then what about MHD? Then he's dropped all the way down to 7th, but he's back up into 5th with a very strong performance. Sam Swift Ninja, 7/10 of a second improvement there for the world champion across the line. And Sam Swift Ninja has pinched in the death and is on pole position for the United States Grand Prix. That is his 6th pole position of his career for Sam Swift Ninja, and magnificent stuff indeed. And that is only Sam Swift's 2nd pole position of the season. But my goodness gracious me, and he just and Sam Swift came out of nowhere, and it is pole position for Sam Swift. Was Sam Swift on one bingo card for pole position? Well, no, he wasn't. But that is more for me than for not giving the champion, for not putting the champion in the conversation for pole position. Wow, magnificent stuff indeed. Sam Swift Ninja, pole position, number 6 of his career in ALR. Very much similar to Emerson, really, isn't it? About the lack of pole positions that those two top stars have got. So many wins under their belts, but qualifying was never their strongest forte. But Sam Swift Ninja, his 2nd pole of the season, is at 6th pole position of his career. And of course, Williams are on course to become 3-time Constructors champions as well, which will equal the incredible feat of Renault, albeit they won the free constructors championship in only 5 seasons at ALR before pulling out and becoming the Alpine team. But it is Sam Swift Ninja on pole position there. Nosey on Bob then as a very menacing looking Pastor Maldonado in the my goodness me in the comment section now. I couldn't even see that was a stopwatch. Jeez, I need glasses and wowzers. It was so close. Thanks, Sammy, for my golden child. Nice job then. 4,000 of a second separates the top 2. Of course, the 2 that were fighting for the championship for so long in the season, and Immortal only 1,700 seconds back, and then Toy Coin only 800 seconds back as well. Those top 4 are so special, and they don't. Well, all these drivers are special, but those top 4, especially when it really comes to the crunch, whether it's in qualifying or race trim, they know how to pull something out of the bag. It's absolutely supreme stuff indeed. And there's that extra garage space then for Cadillac when they join Formula One in 2026. As of course, F1 did used to race around Las Vegas, didn't they, in the early 80s? And they had 2 championship showdowns, didn't they? They had the 1981 championship showdown where PK won, I think. Even though I found out a very interesting fact about 1981, and if they had a non-championship race right at the beginning of the season then, and I think it was Carlos Reutemann that won it. And if that race was actually counted as a championship race, then it would have been Carlos Reutemann that was world champion and not Nelson Piquet. Isn't that funny? Goodness me. Of course, we don't have non-championship races in Formula 1 these days, do we? Just watching Sam Swift Ninja. Of course, then in 1982, it was KK Rosberg then. Of course, only winning one race that season as well, but 82 was a bit of a horror season, wasn't it, in Formula One then, of course, with 2 deaths and of course a driver that was injured beyond able to participate anymore. Of course, that was the season where Gilles Villeneuve lost his life, and then Didier Pironi, a very similar accident now to his teammate Gilles Villeneuve, but only difference was it was in the wet, just a couple of weeks, I think it was a couple of weeks or a couple of rounds between each other, but my goodness me. But anyway, yeah, the 81-82 Grand Prix in Las Vegas was just around the car park, and potentially one of the worst F1 races of in history. And then, of course, I must say, you could actually fit the Grand Prix, the 81-82 circuit in the middle of this incredible Las Vegas circuit that we got now. Sam's even got my helmet on. It says Serious Merchant. Good luck, all. Catalaka, you make me laugh. So just on board with Sam Swift and pole position number 6 of his career, perched alongside on row 1 with a motorsport in third position. The top 3 medium tyres. Toy Coin in 4th, 5th is Menace Max with MHD in 6th position. 7th is Marquis with Chappers in 8th position. 9th is Kaz, 10th is German. Troy in 11th position. 12th is Equals with Lights in 13th. 14th is Brabant. Legends in 15th, Knowlesy 16th, Delando in 17th position, 18th is Higgs, Tony in 19th position, Tori in 19th position, I should say. I need to go in 20th position there. Hard tyres and for Delando in 17th position, for Lights in 13th position, for Troy, German and Kaz, 9th, 10th and 11th, Menace and Toy Coin there, who are 4th and 5th position. Now then, is the world champion we're sitting on board with. He has lined the car up on the grid now, just waiting for those 5 lights then to come on then to signal the start of the Las Vegas Grand Prix as 2 champions have been disqualified from the formation lap for not parking correctly. I didn't park correctly around here either, to be honest. However, I was on the bend because I was that far back, which not ideal. But 3, 4, 5, there's a pause. And we are go here in Las Vegas. And of course, Sin City, I think this was this race. This city is, and Sam Swift Ninja leads there with Percy is kept his position. Not a long run down the turn whatsoever, but there's still a lot of darting around, a lot of good position changes. Troy up 2 positions already. MHD has had an appalling start, a terrible start for the McLaren driver. A superb start there for Troy, and also a superb start for Brabham as well. It's up 3 positions here, so we have a big stop into turn 5, I think it is. 4, and the McLaren there is dropped down 6 positions. MHD is, and that's a horror show. After a good qualifying session, it's all gone completely peaked on then for the McLaren team. And now, unfortunately, both, and that's a car spun off. And who is that? That's Equals, and who's had issues and he's had damage. Someone had a bit of damage. There's debris off one of the cars. I didn't see what it was. Then I think there's a Haas right end plate. Then I thought it was also an end plate off a blue car as well. However, that's not the case so far. No DRS just yet, and DRS will be available at the end of the first lap then. That's where it's going to get really tasty. And oh my gosh, then there's also tasty as Equels, Knowlesy, and someone came to blows at it. I think that's Indigo who's got damage in the back of the field there. Not a good start at all for Indigo. Markey is now 2 positions. Toy Coin's lost 2 positions there. But of course, he's on the harder tyre. Is MHD on the hard tyre as well? MHD's lost another position. No, MHD is on the medium tyres. They're just struggling out there at the moment. Sam Swift leads with Percy and Mortal, followed by Menace. Now we have got Kaz is all over the gearbox of Toy Coin, who is struggling to get those who is struggling to get the hard tires to fire up at the moment. On the outside, my word, around the outside. But Kaz going up and under, but Toy Coin plants his car beautiful. Oh, contact there, hit the wall, and Kaz unfortunately turning in too sharply and has damaged the car and almost took Toy Coin with him there. So Kaz there has got a bit of damage there on the left hand side end plate of the Ferrari front nose cone, and he's got who's that? Look right, it's Lights there who is sneaking through. Cheeky manoeuvre there from Lights, and it's now in 10th position, but into the Severe, and now Kaz there trying to break, trying to get over under that. They get, oh my gosh, not enough, and Kaz, oh no, and that's that is not ideal, and oh dear, sadly, that is not a good look as Lights as Lights there has got a whole front wing damage there. Indigo, I'm not sure if Indigo's got damage either. It's kicking off early, says says Richard. It certainly is. However, there is no there's a VSC there, so luckily for Sam Swift, there's no DRS on this exchange down the strip then, as Kaz has retired from the session then. That's just silly, says Mushroom. It didn't look too ideal, did it? I do. Lights did jump, go up the inside, didn't he? But was it a bona fide opportunity maneuver? Potentially, might have been a bit opportunistic, but. Yeah, as we're now, well, not racing yet because the VSC is out there. So we're just waiting for the VSC to come in. And if anyone could come in the pits, and if anyone was on the soft tyres, then potentially might have fought about it. But there is no soft runners out there at this moment in time. Then, High Brown said that there is a driver in the pits. There is Tori in the pits. There's Aquals in the pits as well. With this is a very long VSC. VSC as they're trying to. As a safety car says Sirius Russia. But currently it's just a VSC and there's hard times going on for Tory then, and changing the front nose cone. And going to be out now as Equals. DRS has been enabled as we're back racing. Lights also recovering, and same with Indigo. And look at this, and there's a Percy all over the gearbox of his rival then. Of course, both these two men were fighting for the championship for the last 2 years, and it's Sam Swift taking this racing line. And whoa, is Percy then getting a bit squirrely on the rear posterior of that Red Bull car. And the flying past it, and as Mohammed said, you can't park there, mates. You certainly can't, can you? As of course, sadly, because of that, disqualification was in order. Percy now almost losing control of the car, but just about keeping it on the island then. And now we're on board with Percy DRS now. The DRS is not available yet, but it will be available at this point of the circuit now. You ain't even going to need it because he's going to breeze past Sam, and he has got past the Swift Ninja. Immortal's also through as well. Immortal's going to go for a double overtake here at the inside. Oh my word there. And somehow they all got through almost safe and sound there. Goodness gracious me. We got a lot of shenanigans going on down the back of the field here as well. And of course everyone is in DRS range of each other up until Toy Courtney, who's dropped back after having a miserable start, and Menace just looking menacingly as well in the back of this trio. Or it's now a quad, isn't it? And there is Percy, followed by Immortal, followed by Sam Swift and Menace. And look at that, Marky is now also up as well, and so it's now a 5-sum here, then goodness me, it's a party out there. Immortal then having a look, then of course Percy now punching a big old hole in the air, with of course now him leading the Grand Prix, but of course it doesn't have any DRS. Sam Swift Ninja and all over the gearbox of the Mercedes driving that, and into the sphere section as well. And of course I remember the final couple of races this season, and the Constructors' Championship is still up for grabs. At the moment then the Constructors' Championship will go on to Qatar in a week's time, of course, and I think that it needs to be a bigger point swing to the Williams for the Williams team if the Constructors' Championship is going to be won here today. Percy drifted nicely there into the back straight here, but my goodness me, is that going to hurt his tyres? And it's not hurting his tyres at the moment, is it? But here comes Immortal, and now Immortal is gaining, and then down this back straight. And look at this, and it's absolutely beautiful, isn't it? Toy Coin still out of DRS range of the 5th place man, Marky. Immortal takes lead. We're gonna have a lot of position changes there. And who is that? Toy Coin gone in deep. Then there's Troy now in the 7th position. German 8, Champions in 9th position. Brabant in 10th, and Legends followed by MHD. Then we got Jay Hings there. It's 4 seconds back. It's Jay Hings got as James may have had a couple of issues on the opening stage of this Grand Prix. And I feel that the Equals, Tony, and Lights is Lights and Indigo going to need another safety. Going to need a safety car to get themselves back into this one. However, do not count them out. And there's a lot that can happen in this race. There. Well, Indigo's gone onto soft tires here. So here comes Preston. He's having a look then, but goodness gracious me, there's not much of a difference then between the two cars. And now look at this. Because they've all been battling, Toy Corners now drove up to the back now. Now we've got almighty DRS train all the way from first down into a 14th, 15th position, which is novelty. Goodness gracious me. Actually, this may help the likes of Equals, Tony, Tori, I should keep calling him Tony, Tori, Lights, potentially to get themselves back into this one, and maybe even Indigo as well. Wonder if any hard runners will go really long and go to soft set, says Serious Russian. The hard runners are Menace, followed by with Toy Coin, Troy, Gurman. Of course, we've got Delando, Tony, Tori, and Ekwell. So goodness me, who is Tony? I hear us. I don't know who Tony is, to be fair. And we got some swapping of positions then down this back straight, and Markey, who's in 5th position, and I think it's actually Troy, who's moved himself up into 6th position. We've also got do we have some debris flick off there, or was something might be off the curb there? As Delando has got past Knowlesy and moved himself over to 14th position there. My goodness gracious me, and back with this battle here then, because look at Toy Coin and all over the gearbox of Troy. But Troy now defending the inside then and locking up then the inside front tire out of one of the top 5. I didn't see who it was, but Immortal still leads the way on lap 6 of 25 here. These laps are going to go by quite quickly around here, but of course I am expecting safety cars. I'm also expecting a lot of action and drama in Las Vegas. And of course, this is a race where you can always have a gamble, isn't it? That's Percy there having a sniff, coming into the sphere section once again, which I'm not even sure if it's an actual official name of that, but I just call it the sphere section anyway. Tony the Tiger, they're great cornflakes. I was more of a Nestle. Is it Neswick or Nestle? I think it was Nestle, wasn't it? That rabbit on the front. Oh, goodness me. And do you see the amount of debris that came off the back of that Mercedes when he clumped the curb? But now then, Immortal's got about a 4/10 of a second deficit, which doesn't sound like a lot, but that could be crucial here down the Las Vegas Strip once again. And here comes Percy. I don't think anyone's going to be really... He's going to be really too fond about being the lead car here there. But now here comes Menace Max. Menace Max could have 2 for the price of 1 here. And Menace Max at the inside. There's contact between the 2 cars. Debris gone off of Marky's car. I think that's debris off of Marky's car. Sam Swift Ninja is now in 4th position, but I think that Marky's got some issues there. Now here comes Troy on the inside. And now on the outside is Toy Coin, and the Toy Coin is through. Sam Swift Ninja just dropping back ever so slightly the pole sitter. But Marky's got damage now, and that is going to be costly. How much time is Marky going to lose? He's decided not to pit just yet, but not ideal there for Marky. I'm not even sure how he lost it there. Goodness gracious me. Soft is C5, isn't it? Yes, it is. I believe it is. Anyway, let's see the other way around. I'm sure it is, isn't it? Yes. Yeah, I think it's C5 for the softest, and then the C1 is the hardest tire then. So along those lines there. Of course, Pirelli did revitalise the Pirelli range, didn't they? Back in, was it 2018 or 2019 there, where we went from soft, super soft, hyper soft, ultra soft, and all that kind of stuff, just to soft, medium, and hard tyres. So Knowlesy is off the circuit, and issues there for the former Grand Prix winner, and dropping behind J. Ings and Delando. Sadly, then back onto the strip once again. This is the action part of the Grand Prix, and here is Percy. Then Toy Coin has got past Marky, which I think is quite crucial, because Marky dropped off the back of Sam Swift because of the damage. Here comes Gurman. We've also got a lead change then as well, because now up into lead is Percy, with Immortal is dropping down into 3rd position there. And in the background there was Troy, I think, trying to get past the kick Sauber, but no dice on this front there. Look at this crocodile there, all the way down to 12th position there, as Delando cannot escape for Jay Hings's clutches here. Percy has set the fast off the race over 33.396 there for Percy, but did have a double dose of DRS there, didn't he? But even so, that's 8% quicker than what they've gone before. My goodness gracious me. The pace is ramping up here, and we are expecting a one-stop strategy around here. They'll probably be thinking about coming into the pits any time from lap 10 for the medium runners. And whilst, as we heard from Serious Mushroom, we think that the hard runners are probably going to extend it and maybe go to lap 18, 19 before going to the soft tyres. Can the soft tyres even last 5 laps around here? Well, we'll find out then. That's Immortal almost missing the corner altogether there, but just about keeping it on, very much within track limits. And here comes Percy, and here comes Menace as well. We're on board now with Menace. As you can see, Menace and yellow flag in sector 3, and that's Indigo off the circuit there. Toy Coin's got a 3-second penalty. and that's not ideal either, is it? As we're on board now with Sam Swift there, you can see then, and they're just going on the outside. Then Menace Max is through and up into the lead of the Grand Prix with Percy jumped down to second position. Menace Max on the hard tires as well, so expecting to go a bit further into this Grand Prix. And look at that in the background there. Troy is now in sixth position. German is seventh there. Marky's damaged there. That's going to cost him a lot of time there, unfortunately for Marky. And I wonder if that might force him to come to the pits earlier on, but he might be able to do an undercut then. But that is going to be an extra couple of seconds on the pit stop, which will then, of course, which will then hurt him then. So he's going to have to go really great guns. And if he wants to, as that's a great move there for Delando, if he wants to be able to do an undercut there. And now Brabbit is through as well. Marky's tumbling down the order now because of that damage to the front wing, unfortunately, on the kick Sauber. That is a shame then. Knowles has got a 10-second penalty for speed in the pit lane there. That's a horror show for Knowles. On board now with Sam Swift Ninja, of course, the world champion, who is just buying this time then in the fourth position of this Grand Prix, and got on the inside there, and a mistake there for Immortal. Immortal's got a 3-second penalty for corner cutting. I feel that he might be able to appeal that though, because Sam Swift Ninja was kind of in this way to get himself back on track, but we'll soon find out that, of course, it does depend on the head stewards of the Grand Prix, but sadly Immortal there made the mistake in the first place there and let Sam Swift Ninja go through. What's happened? Dad rang me. To be honest, it's been kind of it's just been ticking along nicely. Vintage, thank you very much. A member for 8 months as Vintage in the Jensen tier. It's been ticking along nicely. The only difference is that we have a Immortal 3-second penalty, and same with Toy Coin as well. Who's out on the outside? That is Toy Coin. That's Toy Coin. Oh my gosh! And Immortal had to back out of that one. Toy Coin basically forced his hand there, and unfortunately for Immortal, he had nowhere to go. So Toy Coin basically. That was brutal, but magnificent there for Toy Coin. And back into a fourth position there goes as Chambers has lost 2 or 3 positions there, but Chambers in the pits there, and on lap 10 then. So Chambers has come into the pits now for the Williams car. Look at that though. That battle in between Toy Coin and Mortar has lost a second there. Chambers into the pits on the hard tyres then. So Chambers, I think, is the second of the time of the scheduled runs to come in the pits there. Sam Swift Ninja almost losing the car, but my word there, it's getting very precarious. However, the top 3 in this race also was the top 3 in the championship for so long in this season, with Menace in the race, with Percy in second and Sam Swift Ninja in third. Toy Coin is back within DRS range now of these top 3. Incredible racing indeed. Then Delando has got back past Jay Hinks. They're going to have a race long scrap, and they, those two there. But Delando is on the harder tire, but he is 9 seconds away now from the top 11, who are all within DRS range of each other there. And they're just towing each other along quite nicely at the moment. Evening Vintage, Sarah Francis, absolutely evening to you, Vintage. Great to have you along for what has been an absolute barnstorming of a Grand Prix so far. So I was just my ear. You can see the Red Bull powertrain, then of course the Honda Red Bull powertrain singing beautifully as Legends has now passed MHD. MHD had such a good qualifying. Grand Prix rise has not been too ideal, has it, unfortunately for MHD, and really struggling. Now up in the 6th position there goes Troy, and Sam Swift is the first of the main runners to blink, come to the pits, and I think the same for Immortal as well. Troy, of course, on the harder tires. We're not expecting Toy Coin, German, Troy, German, or Menace to come into the pits at this moment now. And I'm just on board now with Troy then, and we got a lot of drivers in the pits. Sam Swift coming out of the pits now, the champion, as Delando just going through, so Jay Hinks as well. So Sam Swift out in that 9th position, of Volto and Temp. Mark in length, but he has not changed his front wing now, Mark. He hasn't, because he would have lost too much time. He's elected that the time he would have lost, the extra 5 seconds he would have lost would have been costly. That's why he stayed, that's why he's not changed his front wing. And look at Chapperson, who paid a lap earlier, is now very much all over the gearbox of Marky. He's going to be alongside, he's going to be up the inside, he's past Marky, moving himself up into 11th position there. Down into 12th, there goes Marky. Down into 13th goes Legends. No, it doesn't. Down into 12th goes Marky. Up into 11th goes Chappers. Thank goodness me. What am I talking about here on this Las Vegas Grand Prix? Incredible stuff indeed. That back in the front. As you can see, it's starting to spread out now. Well, I say spread out as much as this, but this is the most spread out it has been. But you can see then, look at this, and we got 5 seconds separates Mendes and Percy, and 5 seconds separates Percy and Toy Coin there. And are just going over the curbs as well. Oh, contact there with the barrier for Percy. Luckily, unlike Colapinto there, he did not clip it too much there and was able to carry on there. Percy is staying out. Sam Swift Ninja has got past Jay Hings there. Can he get past the McLaren as well? No, he cannot. So Sam Swift Ninja has to stay behind the McLaren, but I don't know for how much longer though, because he has got such new boots now compared to Delando, who's done 10-11 laps on those hard tyres. Just coming through turn 17 and be into turn 1 now. Not quite though, as he stays behind for the time being there. But Sam Swift Ninja, look at this though, he's going to have more purchase and more traction out to the corners here. Sam Swift Ninja going to go up and under here. Oh goodness me, contact between the two cars, but Sam Swift Ninja is through. The double world champion has passed the former bronze champion and moved himself up into 6th position there. Delando down into 7th. Remember, Delando of course has not stopped yet, but that's because Delando is on the hard compound tyres, of course. On board now with Toy Coin. On board with Toy Coin then, as it really putting pressure on, as Finderman Max might be able to get some DRS there from Indigo, who's being lapped up, which a horror show for Indigo in that Mercedes. It hasn't gone well since the opening stretch of this qualifying session. It opened up about an hour ago. It's just not been ideal, has it, for Indigo? And sadly, a lap down now. And unfortunately, on this game, you cannot unlap yourself even if there is a safety car. So Indigo is very much going to be struggling to get points from here on in, as a guess. So Immortal then is starting to drop back now. He's about a second, maybe 2 seconds back from his Percy into the pits then. So he's extended this stint and got a couple of laps longer. Immortal has dropped back to about 1.5 seconds, 1.25 seconds between himself and Sam Swift Ninja. Not ideal, because of course Immortal would like to have been keeping up with Sam Swift Ninja, who's starting to stretch their legs then. Through over the finish line as well then, and as Percy coming out of the pits now on the harder tyre. Percy is remember, Percy won on a 2-stop strategy, a very unique 2-stop strategy as well on Wednesday. Was it a unique strategy? I must admit, I gotta be honest, that race kind of passed me by, as it was a bit of a nightmare, just watching Legends as well. So drivers aren't stopped then is Menace, Toy Coin and Troy, 1st, 2nd, 3rd. German hasn't stopped either in 4th position. Then we got Delando, who hasn't stopped. Same with Jay Hings, the only driver on the medium tyres that started this race on the medium tyres, is 9th at the moment. Then everyone else has stopped at least once, but some of them are out of kilter. And look at this conga line now forming behind. I think that's Markey, isn't it? It is Markey. The damage to that front wing is quite painful, I think, for Markey, isn't it? Maybe he should have changed the front nose cone on that kick salver, potentially. Just watching... who is that? That's Brabham, who's gone into the wall as well. Of course, you have to be very much alert on this circuit around every corner, of every nook and cranny around here, because otherwise the balls could bite you. Toy Coin's got a penalty. I'm not sure if that's the second penalty. We'll look at the penalty situation in just a jiffy. Percy is through, and that could be a double overtake. It is a double overtake, but Percy passes the motor, passes Delando, and is through and up into 6th position now. Brabham, who's in 10th position with Markey. Sadly, this race promised so much for Markey, but is delivering so little for Markey. He's still in the race, though. That is a positive, but sadly for Markey... he's just dropped down the order, and Malta has set a fast on the race. For wing damage on the kick salver really costed her. Brabham there is not giving up them, and nor is Markey, who's going up the inside. Not quite then, as Brabham there just about keeps the Alpine machine in front of... keeps the Alpine machine in front there. My goodness gracious me. On board with Immortal now, as Immortal is just a bit too far back, but I feel that he'll be more interested of the overtake down the strip there. Of course, I thought he was on the strip there, but we're not yet. It is Menace and Toy Coin still out there at the moment. German has dropped back. He's now 4 seconds away from the top 2. Then we got Troy, who's right on is very much matching the wheel tracks of German in 4th and 3rd position. Then Samsung Ninja is gaining on the on those two at a right rate of knots, and with Percy in 6th position, with Percy Immortal all fighting with Sam Swift as well. So that's good stuff indeed there. As here comes Toy Coin, takes the lead of the Las Vegas Grand Prix. And there he goes then. Lap 14 out of 25 here. So when are these drivers going to come to pits then? Troy up into third position there. Down into fourth goes Gurman. We've also got Immortal, and there's Percy, and there's Sam Swift Ninja just in front of us. So these drivers are caught to the back of Sam Swift Ninja pretty impressively, to be honest. Gurman, and they're into the pits. And so the first, and Troy's got a 10-second penalty. That is very costly indeed there for Troy, and he's going to be kicking himself on that one, I feel, as I think that we have seen a lot of penalties, haven't we, for entering the pit lane over the last few races. So there's been a lot of 10-second penalties, haven't there, in all of ALR gold, silver, or bronze, and so going to be, I think drivers really be disappointed in themselves seeing the penalties for coming to the pits. Too quickly, there's Percy very much wrestling that Red Bull there. Goodness gracious me, and goodness me, what is going on here? Is Brabant following Marquis? Gurman is snuck past and into 10th position there, and Troy's just come out in front of this gaggle of cars. That just shows how crucial it is. Maybe actually Troy may have got that 10-second penalty, but of course it is so crucial that Chappers, unfortunately, is being caught up in this gaggle of cars. So it's dropped down into 13th now. This traffic has not helped Chappers at all. And Jay Hinks is still out on his original hot medium tyres, which is an incredible stint there. Menace Max is retaking the lead of here in Las Vegas, and on board with Gurman there. On board with Gurman then is he's just coming onto the strip now. My word there, Gurman then. We're on board now with Gurman. And you will hear the DRS rear wing open up. Then Markey, unfortunately, is going to be a bit of a sitting duck here because of Gurman out on fresher tyres, on the medium tyres as well to boot. Then it's a double whammy. Menace has got a 10-second penalty as well. Oh no, that's Menace and Troy with 10-second penalties. If they do not pit again, will be added to the end of their race time, and that is crucial. Unfortunately, it's a slam dunk as well because, of course, slam dunk penalty. You can't really argue about the pit lane, about breaking the pit lane speed limiter. Well, in my opinion, anyway. Other people think differently. There we go. That's old news for a different time. Shove him off, Chopper says. Serious Mushroom. Percy getting very close to the back of Sam Swift, and Sam Swift leads Percy second, Immortal in third position there. We've got 9 laps to go in this Las Vegas Grand Prix. This Grand Prix is flying by. Menace in fourth position, Toy Coin is in fifth, 6th is Delando with 7th Troy, Brabant in 8th position, Gurman in 9th. 10th position is Markey with Legends in 11th position there. Chappers is in 12th. MHD is 13th. 14th is Jay Hinch, who hasn't stopped. 15th is Equals and Knowlesy in 16th. Tory in 17th position. Lights 18th, and Indigo is in at 19th position. One. Hats off to Indigo, Lights, Tory, Knowlesy for keeping going, and Equals for keeping going in what has been a very difficult Grand Prix. Here comes that person. Now look at this, as that wheel to wheel, and now here comes Immortal as well, and Immortal takes both of them and threw into the lead for Immortal. Immortal has not won a Grand Prix this season. I think he's only won one Grand Prix in his career in ALR Gold. He's won quite a lot of them in the 100% there, and Gurman now over to the inside, then passes Brabant, and through he goes. And if they all got through, no way, that's incredible racing. They've all got through that very tight chicane, and Delando, I think, won't be thinking about coming in the pits. He is coming into the pits now. Watch out for that line, Delando. Is a lot of our drivers have been caught out by that white line tonight then, as Troy trying to get through. And up into 8th position there, but no dice at the moment there. Just watching as Immortal's lost out then, because Percy's through and taken the lead here in Las Vegas with Immortal in second and Sam Swift in third position. If you're pushing to the pit lane, looking at you, Gurney. Oh, goodness gracious me. I suppose that is technically right, yes. There are the penalty situations with just under 8 laps to go. 3-second penalty for Immortal, and Immortal, that's going to really hamstring him at the moment of his chance of the podium or even the Grand Prix win now. 10-second penalty for Menace Mike's for speed in the pit lane. 6 seconds of penalty there for Toy Coin. Then we've got 10 seconds for Troy, and also 10 seconds for... There's a problem. Oh, it is into the wall, goes to Haas, and that is Tory into the wall, and trying to recover now. But VSC, then no safety car again, because they should be able to cover that under. No, there's a safety car. There is a safety car out then. My goodness gracious me then. So and this is a opportunity then. Indigo has not been lapped now. So Indigo, if he doesn't come in the pits there, if he stays out, oh no, he's coming into the pits. That's not good. Hopefully all the other drivers behind him will come into the pits then, because otherwise if Indigo is lapped, he won't be able to unlap himself. But I think all the rivals are coming into the pits as well. But Indigo is going to hurt Immortal here, I think. That is now into the pits. So new nose cone now. So everyone is in the pits then. So yes, Indigo, as long as he don't get lapped, he should be okay. But look at that there. And Indigo has caused almighty problems there for Immortal, unfortunately. And now there's the Mercedes trying to rebalance themselves before coming back out. And Gurman stayed out. So Indigo, oh, that's such a shame for Indigo. He had a chance to get back onto the lead lap. But that is unfortunately not good. So who stayed out? Gurman's in drive that stayed up then. Everyone else came in the pits. MHD has stayed out as well, as has Knowles. There's soft and medium tyres, and there's a mixture in this one. This is going to get very interesting indeed then. But Young Lions and Tori will now be on the back of the Crocodile and has a chance at maybe trying to get some points in. So Troye has now served that 10-second penalty, and it should be all fine and done. And the same with Menace as well. It's a lovely shot here from the sphere there. It's unfortunately Indigo is trying to laugh himself there, but he has been disqualified from the Grand Prix, and Indigo is out of the race, sadly. So Gurman leads, and who did not stop. Then it's Percy who's second, followed by Sam Swift in third. Troy, get rid of the 10-second penalty, says Serious Mushroom. Troy certainly has done that now. Percy in second position. Sam Swift is in third with Toy Coin fourth. Immortal in fifth with MHD 6. Knowles in seventh with Brabant 8th with Delando in ninth, who's just come to the pits. Delando could get some good points here tonight. 10th position is Marquis. Has Marquis changed his front nose cone? No, he hasn't. 11th is Legends. 12th is Menace, who also served that 10-second penalty. Has dropped down a number of positions there. 13th position is Champions. Jay Hings in 14th. Troy in 15th. Equal 16th. Lights is in 17th. And Tari in 18th position. On board with Lights at the moment. So that is the classification so far here in Las Vegas. And of course, we've got a couple of penalties that are still outstanding for some drivers there. And they are a 10-second penalty for Knowlesy, who has not served it. Then 3 seconds there for Immortal, and 6 seconds for Champions there. I wonder if Knowlesy might come in the pits this lap there, because he is in the pits, as is MHD as well. I think both drivers was potentially concerned about holding up their teammates there, so that is why they may have stayed out there. But MHD is now into the pits there, and what tyres is the McLaren team going to put on? That is soft tyres there. That is soft tyres there for the McLaren team, and Knowlesy also going to be serving that 10-second penalty as well. So then that is good. 17 then. Blessed with a second chance, Equals is saying there. Positions, says Farfar, as just taking a look at Knowlesy, as he is just serving that 10-second penalty. He'll be out now, but Knowlesy's all the way down in 88th position. Gurman up 9. Percy currently status quo. Sam Swift is down 2. Up 10 is Delando. Delando's joined superbly well, and is now and he pitted at the perfect time for Delando. This is a good result so far for the former bronze champion. Legends up 6 positions as well. MHD has had a horror show of a start, didn't it? And since then it's been just struggling. MHD has never finished a race in gold in his career so far, but this is a good opportunity for MHD then. Let's see how this one transpires. Just watching then. So currently on soft tyres is Toy Coin, Legends, Menace. Then we got Jay Hings, then we got MHD, and we got Knowlesy. Everyone else is on the medium tyres, and everyone else has done at least 1 or 2 laps there, apart from Gurman, who's done 4 or 5 laps on the medium compound tyres there, of course. So that is going to be the major factor, I think, in this one. And how much. What am I saying? I don't know, to be honest. And of course, how influential is it to have fresher tyres compared to drivers who've had a couple laps on these tyres? For example, Gurman, who has done 4 laps on it as well. Delando, Legends, Percy, and Markey for your driver of the day now. So get your votes coming in now. And of course, I would suggest, though, potentially wait until, as now the safety car's coming in the pits. I'd say potentially wait, though, until until we got past the absolute chaos, which is the safety car restart. Then and now when is German going to drop the hammer? Then as you see the safety car, Bert Malander has pulled off, and we do have lights, and Bert Malander turned his lights off, unlike what happened in the race earlier on today in Qatar. And now we're on lap 20 out of 25 here. Across the line, German leads. Second is Percy. Third is Samsung Ninja. Toy Coin in fourth position. Fifth is Immortal. Sixth position is Rabbit with Delando in seventh. Marky in eighth position. Ninth is Menace. 10th is Legends. Chappers in 11th position. Troy in 12th, 13th. And now we've got to change for the lead there because German has lost the lead already. So it just shows what new tires it's at. Toy Coin almost on the inside of Sam Swift. That is crucial, I feel, in this race because, of course, now German is going to be a bit of a mobile chicane. And while he's gone wide, then Sam Swift Ninja's going to get past the former champion and up into second position there. I was going to say German could potentially be a mobile chicane then, but he wasn't for too long. But German is racing Toy Coin still. Toy Coin's going to have to get back in line here. And now Sam Swift Ninja is still in DRS range, just about. And now onto the strip. Then down we got a no DRS set. That'll be available at the end of the next lap, of course. So these drivers will have the Earth. Oh, and look, Toy Coin has had a horror show and has dropped down into fourth because fifth position because over the fourth is Immortal. And now German's got back past Sam Swift. That's going to be quite frustrating there for the double world champion. And now going up the inside is, I don't know who that was to be honest. Legends into ninth. 10th is Marky, and then we've got Troy in 11th position there with 12th position. I've got the leader on instead of the interval. Shocking. Now we've got Equals in 12th position. As Equals said that it's another opportunity. And look at this, and it's got Menace having a look then. Sam Swift Ninja is back up into second position there, but just watching Menace here going on the outside. Delando, of course, on the medium tyres there, and on the soft tyres is the Ferrari of Menace here. DRS and just at the beat then. Did someone go into the wall in the back right now? I'm not sure. Potentially. As Delando dropping down the order, sadly, and they couldn't fight the Ferrari when DRS came into play. So that's a shame there for Delando, but doing a great job nonetheless. This is the strongest race of the season. Not the strongest race of the season, in my opinion, but this is a very good return to form for Delando after we haven't seen Delando at this kind of form in quite a while. And it's good to see that for Delando in the McLaren, but of course in the relegation zone at present. Now needs some good points here tonight. On board now with the double world champion Sam Swift Ninja once again. Percy and Sam Swift Ninja there. Another chapter is going to be written in this rivalry. Fantastic 17. Oh, someone just clumped the curb there and possibly damaged the under tray of the car, which is important, of course. It's important, of course, as these are ground effect machines. Not as ground effecty as the ones where they had skirts on the side. Sam Swift Ninja takes the lead. Second, Percy to second position. Here comes German. They've got to make contact between three of those cars. And that's a Ferrari on the inside as well. That's Menace, I think. Menace is through. There's also a Red Bull that almost being squeezed out as well. German down in the fourth position now. Legends is in 10th position. Troy into 11th. But look at this. And he's being... Oh my goodness me. And now Legends is going to be passed on both sides here. And now on the inside goes Equals. And Legends down into 12th position there. Troy is making moves now. Oh no, there's contact there. And Marky is hit with it. Marky and Troy came together there, unfortunately. And now we have got Lights then. And Lights there is being forced there almost into the wall from Legends there. There's more contact up from between Equals and Marky. And now, there's contact. They came in from a daily and a dollar short. And there's all anarchy down there. Oh my goodness gracious me. And now we have got Jay Hings out on the soft tires and bit of rear action there from Jay Hings out. Who's that? That's Chappers. Damage to Chappers, and Lights has got a penalty as well. Oh my word. And it's absolute chaos in the second part of the field here. Troy down into 12th position there. Legends in 11th. Marky is still in 10th position. And Equals up to a superb 9th now. Great drive for Equals. Delando still in 8th position and coming down the This is getting, it's getting kind of heavy, says Serious Mushroom. It certainly is. And whoa, it's a Toy Coin there. Looks like had a bit of D-rate, said, didn't he? And he almost, almost went to the back there of the RB as now Immortal back into the podium place, but does have a penalty, of course, with just 3 laps to go. Sam Swift leads. Percy in second position. Sam Swift going for his 10th Grand Prix win in 21 starts this season. Brilliant stuff indeed there for Sam Swift. But what can Percy do in second position? It's not all done and dusted yet. There's still some more DRS action then. As now here comes, Troy's just passed Legends, and one of the soft tyres have already started to be past their best now. Unfortunately, and Lights and Tony there all over the back of each other. Sadly, Chappers there has come into the pits after all kinds of shenanigans down this part of the circuit here on the last lap. The top 2 have broken away from the rest of the field, which involves Immortal, Toy Coin, German, then we got Brabbit and Menace as Tori's got a 3-second penalty. Then we've got Equals, then we've got Markey in at 10th position. Legends in 12th position, MHD in 13th, Jay Hings in 14th, Knowlesy all over the gearbox in 15th position at the moment of Jay Hings, and back at the front then. And now then, of course, we have got to go down this down the straight 3 more times here. Of course, one of the longest straights in Grand Prix racing as German has lost out, I think. No, he hasn't. He's got back past Toy Coin, but Toy Coin is coming back out and then going down the Las Vegas World famous strip here. I'm back into 4th position. A great maneuver, and up into 4th position there with German down into 5th now. And of course he's done umpteen laps then on these medium compound tires then, with Brabbit in 6th now, with Menace in 7th position. This race is not over yet then. There's still a few more races to go in this one then, and my goodness gracious me, I cannot wait for this then. As let me get rid of all of me, don't forget James got 3-second penalty sadly. So Percy is now all of the gearbox on lap 24 out of 25 here, and now here comes Lucas Percy, who takes the lead, gets past him, unfortunately lights out the Grand Prix, and Percy is through and retakes the lead here, and German has got past Toy Coin as well, and action is starting to really heat up at this part of the circuit. Goodness gracious me, a lot of harvesting going on there. So Lights is the 3rd retirement of this Grand Prix. Oh my goodness gracious me then. Draw the days out, Dylan 50% of the vote, as is Percy as well. My goodness gracious me then. Yellow flag then is for the retiring Aston Martin, and that is painful because Aston Martin are not going to score again, whilst Williams are on course to score 18 points as it stands at the moment, which edges them closer to that Constructors' Championship, which they can win in Qatar next week. Fantastic for Williams, and Williams become 3-time Constructors' Champions. We have got Brabbit, who is now leading this trio of cars, because Toy Coin is dropping down the order, and now we have got Toy Coin has dropped down all the way down into 7th position. Now here comes Delando on the medium tyres, and who is that? Brabbit there is Brabbit is, oh my goodness me, Brabbit is very slow down that back straight, and call contact then, and somehow Delando is kept on second, but he's lost so much time and got penalties as well. Oh dear, Delando is looking so good up until that straight up to the strip there. Goodness me, Percy should have waited till the last lap. Don't pass Sam yet, says Serious Mushroom, and I'm wondering if Percy probably wanted to wait till the last lap, but unfortunately couldn't do. But now then, I'm wondering then what is Sam going to do? I don't think Sam's going to really want to break a sweat and overtake down this back straight down here. Currently, as it stands, we do have Immortal, who is still on the podium, albeit with penalty situation. There are the penalty situations at the moment, but we're going to keep an eye and see who's going to win this Grand Prix, because at the moment, I have no idea. Is it going to be Lucas Percy's Grand Prix win, or is it going to be Sam Swift Ninja's 10th win of the season? Well, we're going to have to find out now then. Is it just on board with Sam Swift Ninja then? And now coming on the back straight and flipping, going over the curves as well. Then. And here comes Percy then, and Sam Swift Ninja. And here comes Sam Swift Ninja. And goodness me, and look at that. And Percy then, what if he slowed up there? And now then they're going to go wheel to wheel. And look at this. Immortal's going to sneak through as well. But Immortal, of course, does have penalty still. And Sam Swift Ninja leads the Grand Prix. But here comes Percy. Is Percy going to go for it? He's having a look and he's lunging on the inside. And there's contact between the front two. And all three of them have come to blows. Oh my goodness gracious me. Brabham's got a 3-second penalty. And it's Menace Max saying they could potentially win this Grand Prix out of nowhere. And Menace Max is going to win this Grand Prix as he goodness me the contact between Percy and Sam Swift Ninja. And Menace Max wins. German second and Sam Swift Ninja in third position. Oh my goodness me. That is not ideal at all. And, well, there's going to be a bit of fallout in this one then as, oh dear. There is going to be a lot of fallout in this one then, as my goodness gracious me, I'm not doing any interviews today because I got to go to bed. But absolutely incredible stuff indeed. Wow, as it's Menace Max taking his second Grand Prix win of his career, and what an end to that was. Drive of the Day goes to Delando. Fantastic stuff indeed. And magnificent then, as we're now going to take a final look at the classification then from the Las Vegas Grand Prix, if we can. There's Menace, brilliant stuff indeed then. Final classification then is Menace taking his second Grand Prix win of his career, with German in second position, Sam Swift Ninja in third, fourth is Equals, with Immortal in fifth, with Marky in sixth, Brabbit seventh, Troy eighth, MHD in ninth, 10th position is Legends, just outside the points is Knowlesy 11th, 12th is Delando, Percy finished 13th in the end, with J Ings 14th, Toyko in 15th, Tori in 16th, Champers in 17th, three retirements is Lights, Indigo and Kaz. Wow, that was an action-packed end to the Las Vegas Grand Prix. And what a race that was indeed there, but it all went a bit peaked on at the end, didn't it? Rightio, it's been a pleasure and a privilege to